Do you always worry about getting into a relationship with a narcissist again and thinking, oh my God, I never want to go through what I went through before? That phrase is something that I remember saying many, many times when I divorced my ex-husband. My biggest fear was thinking I was going to end up in another relationship with a narcissist and literally go to hell and back times a million, times infinity. Again, such a child thing to say that, isn't it? But it kind of gets the point across, doesn't it? The fear of you finding yourself in a relationship with a narcissist again. Well, this episode is absolutely the one that you need to watch, because I'm going to talk to you about 5 red flags that are really going to help you notice whether you are in a relationship with a narcissist before it's too late. So I'm going to go through 5 for you, because knowing these 5, you're going to hear my little voice in your head next time you are, and again, I'm talking about this from a dating perspective, but it can be definitely looking at friendships and also in the workplace, maybe bar the first one, but you never know. So ultimately, stay with me, because I'm going to teach you and go through 5 key red flags for you to recognize before it's too late about being in that relationship with a narcissist. So hi everybody, my name is Caroline Strawson, and I'm really happy to be with you in this episode sharing this. Now, I'm a positive psychology trauma coach and somatic therapist, helping people just like yourself move from post-traumatic stress to post-traumatic growth, because it feels like you're in a really long dark tunnel, doesn't it? And I know, because I've been in that tunnel with you, really have. And I really want to be that light at the end of the tunnel for you, to educate, inspire, give you hope, so that you know where you are right now. Believe me, it doesn't have to be where you are forever. And I know I did for years. Literally, I remember thinking when I was sort of in my early 40s, this is it. It's all downhill from all of now. He's had the best years of my life. I used to think like that, but you know what? We could live to be 100 years old. And yes, I know there's always that feeling of they've had the best of you and it's all downhill from now. I'm never going to feel any differently from how I am. But you absolutely can. You absolutely can. And I always say, my father is 81 years old. I got him on online dating at 77. If my dad, and if you met my dad, you'd know why. If my dad can find somebody at 77 years old online dating, there's hope for us all. Believe me, there is hope for us all. So you can never say to me, Caroline, I'm 60 or 65 or 40. It's too late for me now. No. It isn't. Believe me, it isn't. There is hope for you. But I get it. You want to make sure you don't make those mistakes again. You want to know 5 red flags to notice when it comes to the narcissist, maybe when you're dipping your toe back into the dating world. So number one is they're dropping the L word very early on in your relationship. So if you've just started dating somebody and within a couple of dates, and this can happen even at the end of the first date as well, because they start talking about, do you believe in love at first sight? Because I think I love you. Or second, third date, if they are dropping that L word early on in your dating, then that should have a little siren going off in your brain, okay? Little siren. Dropping the L word. I remember watching that video that Caroline Strawson did, and they said to be aware. Now, literally, I don't know anybody who is coming from a healthy sense of self would drop the L word that early on in a relationship. That doesn't mean to say there isn't such a thing as love at first sight, but to actually drop that early on and verbalize that to somebody in a relationship, normally there's something else behind that. It's about gaining the supply. It's about feeding into normally the codependence wounds of not feeling worthy or good enough, where they're going to start to think, oh, they like me so much. And I know my ex-husband certainly dropped the L word very early. Maybe not that early, like the first, second or third, but it was very early as well. So that's your first red flag to be aware of. The second red flag is they want every single second of your time. They literally want to be with you day and night. So every time you're leaving them, they're kind of arranging to see you again. And you're almost getting to the stage where it's like, whoa, you're starting to feel a bit stifled, but you don't say anything. You don't say anything because you know their reactions are going to be things like, oh, okay then. Oh, it's just I really want to be with you. So they're going to start to say those manipulative tactics of things to say to you for you to want to see them all of the time. They literally want to monopolize all of your time. So if you are in a relationship with someone and you've just started dating, and I do get it. I get at the start of relationships, you want to see people, right? You want to, you've got the butterflies in your tummy and you really want to go and see them. But if you have somebody who is literally wanting to spend 24/7 with you, that is a red flag. Again, sirens going off if they want to spend every single second with you. Because what about everybody else in their life? What about everybody else in your life? Okay. They literally want to monopolize your time and literally trying to arrange things all of the time. So they're with you 24/7. Third red flag. So what exactly is the third red flag? And this one's quite a subtle one actually as well. They will behave in public really, really nicely to people. That's what narcissists do, right? Publicly, they're like this lovely, shiny, gorgeous, lovely person being so kind and nice to everybody else. What narcissists will do, and a really great example are things like if you go to a restaurant with waitresses, if maybe you run into somebody that they know and they are gushing, they're nice, they're introducing you, they're really kind, they're really lovely, they're really personable. And literally the moment that person goes away, the criticism starts. So if you have somebody who is this person publicly, okay, doesn't say boo to anybody, so to speak, but it's just so nice. And the moment those people are away, and this could be friends, family as well, they are so hypercritical of them. It's like they don't really have anything nice to say about anybody. They literally are tearing people apart, leaving you very often starting to feel really, really uncomfortable. So again, if you're dating somebody where they are like this, publicly, and then behind closed doors to you privately, they're literally tearing people down, criticizing them. Again, siren's going to go off for you. It's a potential red flag. The fourth one is a real manipulative tactic from a narcissist. And this is about if you want to spend time with your friends. And it kind of goes hand in hand a little bit with number 2 about them wanting to spend 24/7 with you. So if you've had something arranged, maybe with your friends or even your family, they will start to get angry about that. They will start to bring up things of, again, oh, I booked this. I thought we could go to that. Or maybe you want to go to something and you want to go with your friends and they say, oh, so you don't want to go with me then? And they will start to bring in this kind of guilt element to what you are doing. And very often what narcissists will do as well is, let's say you've arranged to go out with some friends, okay? On the surface at the start, they might be like, oh, that's really, really great, okay? But it's something more sinister with a narcissist. As that time frame is leading up to when you are going, you watch how their behavior starts to change. They will really start to manipulate situations, and often they will create an argument, probably just before you're about to go and see your friends, leaving you, when you are with your friends, feeling like you might be texting them to put their mind at rest, like, I'm really, really sorry, but I'd arranged this and I'm sorry. So rather than you actually spending the time with your friends in the first place, what you're doing is you are there with your friends, but you're trying to appease your partner because they don't want you to be with friends. They want to isolate you. They want to have you all to themselves. And that's a massive red flag in a relationship. If you have somebody who isn't really, really supporting you in nurturing your friendships with your family or indeed with your friends as well, and that's going to be a really big red flag, because what they want to do when this happens is they want to isolate you. They want you all to themselves so that you and your role is just about making them feel better. They don't want you going off. They want to literally enmesh you into a relationship where do they end? Where do you end? You're literally as one, and your role is to make them feel better. And if you're with your friends, you can't do that. So they will get angry, they will manipulate situations, they will cause arguments, so that you feel bad. And then the next time maybe your friends ask you, might think, oh, the reaction last time, yeah, I'm going to say, I'm really sorry, I can't go out this time too. Win-win for the narcissist, exactly what they want to happen. That is a massive red flag. You should be able to have your friendships. That is part of a healthy relationship. And if you have somebody when you start dating that behaves like this, massive red flag, and seriously think about getting out quickly. Now, the fifth red flag that I want to talk about is we all have a past, right? We all have a past, and we can even have had past with people that maybe relationships haven't ended well. Doesn't mean that every relationship was a narcissist. It doesn't mean that every ex is crazy, but that's exactly what the narcissist says. You listen, if you are in a relationship or you're starting dating and literally every single ex that they talk about to you is crazy and they've got faults and this and that, believe me, you are next in line to be that crazy ex when that relationship breaks down at some stage as well. So if you have somebody who is literally saying, oh my God, my last ex, or oh my God, my ex-wife, or oh my God, my ex-husband, literally every single ex that they had, they've all been crazy. Look for the common denominator because it's not the exes, it is them. It is them as the narcissist, okay? But of course they have to say something because the crazy exes could be like me. I could be this crazy ex, and don't get me wrong, I absolutely, no doubt, I was wife number 2 to my ex-husband, and I'm good friends with wife number 1 that he had too. And I know with wife number 3, me as wife 2 and wife 1, we are the crazy exes. Now, don't get me wrong, I probably take this to an extreme measure, don't I? Because he can actually say, she's so crazy, and that too, because he has to, because obviously I'm very public in what I do because I know what it is like, and my mission is to help people just like yourself as well. So I get it. I actually feel a bit sorry for my ex in all of that too, because, obviously I'm out there and I have the same surname as him and everything else as well, because I kept it for my children. So I do understand in some respects with all of that too. So he has to see that. He has to maintain, obviously, that I am crazy because I'm out there and doing all of this too. But if you have somebody literally who's saying all of their exes are crazy, it doesn't mean, again, remember, there are caveats to all of this too. It doesn't mean someone hasn't had potentially crazy exes. Don't even like that terminology, to be fair, because there's always a reason for everything at the end of the day. But just keep your eyes and ears open for all of this, because these are potential red flags for you to start to look for. So I really hope you've taken something from this. It's given you, and if write all 5 down, okay, put them on post-it notes so that every single time you come back from a date, go and look at the post-it notes, check in with what you're feeling in your body and just see, have any of these started to come up? And please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. The more people that like and subscribe, comment, it gets pushed out to people just like yourselves who need to see this stuff. I get so many messages from people so scared about finding themselves in a relationship with a narcissist again, that they just don't even step out into any relationship. And as human beings, we are wired for love and connection. And it's so sad because there are some great people out there. We just have to keep working on ourselves and know what to look for as well. So I hope this has really helped you as well, to really start to understand, red flags of a narcissist with this too. Don't forget to check out my links below, have a little read, see how I can help you. Come and join my free Facebook community as well, and I will see you on the next episode too.